humans. What I am doing in these videos is trying to get you into a new manga, to enjoy something new, maybe different, maybe something you've never heard of. And if you've heard of everything, maybe a different opinion on them. So what we are doing, I'm going to show you a couple series that are ongoing, that have completed recently, that are short, that are long, and maybe there's something you've never heard of, and maybe there's something you might want to try. So let's hop right in, no dilly-dally, let's get right into it. Number 1 is Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. Now with all these, I'm going to talk to you about them a little bit to give you an idea, and I'm going to give you a close-up of them and the volumes that I have, so you can also see some of their art and what they look like up close. So let's talk about this. So Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts, 15 volumes complete. This series focuses on Scifier, if I'm saying her name correctly, a young maiden who was sent as a human sacrifice for the Beast Kingdom based on established roles between the human and beast nations. However, she learns the secret of the Beast Kingdom's ruler and thus began their relationship and the long road of her being accepted as his future queen. So there is a lot going on from volume 1 the whole way up to volume 15. Even at volume 15, the stakes are raised as the Beast Kingdom is on the verge of a climactic battle between the ousted king and the country's high priest. The series initially started slow, in our opinion, and the pacing felt a bit off. However, by volume 3, the world is being fleshed out and the story possesses more political intrigue and unique characters that you want to continue to see in how the story progresses. The only downside is a couple side characters seemingly are forgotten about and do not have a satisfying conclusion despite their strong presence near the start of the story. However, I'll say overall the story ends with a satisfying ending with an appropriate epilogue, and as a bonus, the extra author panels are filled with crossover jokes of the main characters, so definitely check those out too if you plan on reading the series. And to give you a little idea, I'd compare the series to The Ancient Magus Bride, but a little more lighthearted of a story. Obviously, they aren't extremely similar. Definitely if you had to compare it to something. So next up, I'm going to show off, and yes, I have to look at this title even though I've read it. It is gigantic. Suppose a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town. Nice, crisp and clean, tiny little title. Let me tell you a little bit about this series. So this story focuses around a young boy named Lloyd and his dreams of being a soldier. Boom, easy. As you can tell by the title and the way it looks, it feels and looks like an isekai, but it is not an isekai. Though, he just so happens to be one of the most powerful magic users and strongest person on the planet. And the reason is actually kind of funny. He lives in a bastion of superhumanity, basically. He lives in a village of people who are all heroes to humanity, super strong, super great at magic. So he's actually known as the weakest person in the whole village. But with his training and what all they do, he's technically, compared to everyone outside the village, so more normal people, one of the strongest people ever. And I will say it's pretty good and enjoyable. I'm liking a lot of the characters. There is some times when I feel like some characters are a little annoying, but I think we all can agree if you read manga, you're gonna find annoying characters. This series is a little more wordy than I thought. I thought it was gonna be a lot less wordy, but for anyone wanting adventure, something fun, some battles and stuff, I would definitely check this out. Not a ton of manga volumes out for it at the moment, even though it's still ongoing. Easy to get into. Next up, I'm talking about Rosie in the Labyrinth, recently completed at 3 volumes. Super easy to get into, super easy to complete. and super easy to enjoy. Let me tell you about this series. So like I said, this series is complete with 3 volumes, and it's a fantasy tale set in a magical labyrinth filled with mystical and mysterious people who live within this world. The heroine is a cheery and trusting young girl named Rosie, as you'll see on all the covers. She has 3 caretakers that ensure she remains safe. Honestly, to tell you the truth, Rosie is literally the main draw in a lot of aspects because she's adorable, and I'd compare the appeal to her to Baby Yoda in The Mandalorian because she's literally just so cute. However, the mysteries of the labyrinth become more intriguing, and you feel a bit let down when you realize the series is so short because it felt like there was so much more potential to have the story last longer. It does possess an unexpected plot twist, but ends with a satisfying conclusion. I'd compare it vaguely to Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away, and I think I can speak for everyone who has read this when I say we would love to see this become an animated movie at some point. So then next up, we're going to go on the other end of the spectrum with the click, turn your brain off, have some fun, and just rampage. It is Record of Ragnarok. This series is ongoing at the moment with 2 volumes out at the time of this video, but this series is more of a fun time, and everyone is just going to have a blast watching this if you are into this and it's your thing. So Record of Ragnarok is basically a battle manga. You're just watching fights in an arena between gods and humans. And the gods are from many different religions and mythologies. On volume 1 you have Lubu and Thor, and on volume 2 you have Adam and Zeus, to give you a little idea of what kind of people they're picking and what kind of gods they're picking. And there's not much more to say. I mean, they battle each other, the fights are crazy. I'm not gonna explain or tell some certain things about the humans or the gods and how they actually fight and what they do, because there is some things going on in the background and things you'll just have to find out for yourself. I think it's very enjoyable, and it's just a fun read. Whenever I get it, I'm excited to read it because I just click my brain off, have fun, and read it. So I think a lot of people, whether it's your thing or not technically always your thing, you can get something out of this series. Then I want to talk about another series that is complete. It is Boys Run the Riot. This is a 4-volume series complete. Let me talk to you about this and show you what it looks like up close. This series is complete at 4 volumes, and it is a coming-of-age story of a transgender high school boy, Ryu, who is looking for acceptance for who they are and ends up befriending another boy from his class, Jin, where they aspire to launch their own fashion brand. The friendship between the main characters is one of the biggest highlights of the series, as Ryo confesses that he's transgender to Jin first, and the acceptance from Jin right from the first chapter is heartwarming. The art and fashion aspects are also intriguing, and you get to experience them start with just shirt prints to building an actual brand. People who enjoy series like Our Dreams at Dusk or Blue Flag can draw similarities from the protagonist looking for acceptance, or even compare with Paradise Kiss possibly, by appreciating the aspects of fashion and building a brand with friends. Human beings, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my Instagram and Discord. I show and talk about different things on each one of those, and I'm always on both of them. Let me know what you think. Have you read any of these? Will you try any of these? And I'll see you all next time.